Hello, this is Hope Roski with Central Valley Talk, Business, Arts, and Events. Well, summer is just around the corner, and some of you are wondering, what is something that I could do this summer in the Central Valley that is great for the family? Well, let me tell you what, the Stone Fruit Festival is one of the biggest events that the Valley has every year. And today we are so fortunate to have with us Hansel Kern come to the show. Welcome to the show, Hansel.
Thank you so much, Hope. I appreciate the invite.
It's so great for you to be here, and you are a big part of it. Kern Farms, which is located in North Fork, is actually coming down into the Kingsburg area for the big Stone Fruit Festival. So if you could tell the viewers about how you're involved in all the goings-on that's going to happen for that big event, that would be great.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Awesome.
We're real excited about it. There's some real treasures right here in the valley, right in the Kingsburg. We call it the Golden Triangle. There's some really wonderful family farms, some multi-generation farms that grow really tasty, wonderful organic stone fruit, peaches and nectarines and plums and all that good stuff, apricots. And so this event is really about trying to connect those growers with the public. A lot of these growers go to the Bay Area or to Los Angeles farmers markets to sell their product. And one of the missions of this event is to try to get folks to meet the farmers right here in their own neighborhood and get interest in the folks that are right here close so you can truly eat locally.
That's great. Now, you mentioned some of the stone fruits, and and I think about the apricots and the nectarines and the peaches, and that just means wonderful things like pies and all sorts of delicious desserts, not just eating it, in the raw form, but for people who enjoy baking. So this is a great way. About how many vendors do you expect to come down for this event?
Yeah, we usually have a half a dozen to 10 or so vendors, and a lot of them, like the ice cream folks, Ampersand Ice Creams, come out there. And we had one pie place, but now they can't make it, so we're looking at another. But they use the fruit from the farmers themselves in preparation and for these tasty desserts. And the neat thing is you get to meet the farmer, and there's sampling. So you can sample up to 30 or 40 different kinds of fruit and then choose which varieties you want to bring home.
Yes.
You buy an empty bag and you can mix and match and fill it up with the different varieties that you've tasted and bring them home with you. Yeah.
And do they have things for the kids to do out there that
They do.
What are some of the fun things?
Our family sponsors that kids village, crafts village. So we have all kinds of artwork and bean art and corn husk dolls and oobleck to play with. The kids can get nice and messy.
Okay, parents, bring the hand wipes just in case.
Yeah, well, we have water there and clean up stuff.
Sure.
But it's a very family-friendly event, and it's at the Kingsburg Historical Park. And even in the heat of the summer, there's a lot of shade trees there. There's green grass. We often will have a demonstration on canning or preserving fruit. And there's a large auditorium for a keynote speaker that's air conditioned, so there is a place to get out of the heat. So we don't want to have people scared away if it's a hot day. It's a really wonderful venue. It's not like being out in the middle of the fairgrounds, with asphalt everywhere.
Right.
This is got trees, and the historical park has got all kinds of antique farm equipment, just right up our alley as far as celebrating farmers and farmers' lives, and the location is just splendid for this event.
Yes, and the authenticity, when you talk about Kingsburg and a big farming community, they really, and what they've done in that area to keep it authentic and historic is just absolutely wonderful. And some people think, oh, well, Kingsburg, that's too far. It really isn't. You just jump on the 99, or if you're on the 41, from Fresno, it may take you at the most 30 minutes to get there. It's an easy drive, freeway driving, and it's something for everybody to be able to see. So can we put up the flyer for just a moment? And then it is, and this is the one part I really want to hone in on, where it says organic. The really important part about fruits and what people are concerned about is, the pesticides, things to that effect. Being an organic fruit or vegetable is really important for people to have knowledge about. Can you just explain to the viewers why it's important to go organic?
Yeah, it's something very near and dear to my heart. And one thing I say to folks is that organic is not really a new thing. We were organic for 10,000 years in our agricultural history. The pesticides and the chemicals are actually a very new phenomena, mostly starting after the Second World War. But, we have a lot of health issues in our country.
Yes.
And I'm a firm believer that, you may not cure something with organic food, but it's going to give your body a head start and more strength to be able to deal with adverse climatological and environmental impacts on your body. And, the air we breathe and everything all impacts us. And I believe that organic is, not only is it better for our body, but it's better for the planet.
I would agree. And, I was just listening to somebody speak today, and we were talking about the health in our valley and how we really, because of the pesticides being used, we really need to take a good, hard look at what we're doing. And going organic is the way to do it. Now, one of the things that Kern Farm offers is basically a great education format for people to learn about how to grow. One of the best places, if you are in North Fork, is the Gnarly Carrot. And maybe you could tell the viewers a little bit about the importance of, coming up to the Kern Farms as well.
Thank you. Yeah, we're a family operation. My daughter Becky manages the Gnarly Carrot, and we just had our 9th birthday.
Oh.
So we've been farming for about 25 years. It's actually my second career. I was in construction, a stonemason for 35 years before that. So organic farming was kind of my dream that I finally started realizing in 1999. And then my son Aaron and his wife Becca managed the farm. So I've handed over all the management to the next generation.
Right.
And we're a family farm. My wife has commuted to Fresno for years to help subsidize and support our farm, because small farms have a pretty big struggle in making,
Sure.
making a living.
Sure.
The odds are stacked against us. So we're a very small farm. We farm about 4 or 5 acres on a parcel of 80 acres up in the foothills off the bluffs of the San Joaquin. We've been there 51 years on that piece of land, and North Fork's my home. I grew up in Oakhurst. But our little store, we have a tremendous support from our community. It's really quite amazing.
And even outside the
And,
North Fork,
yes.
because I will drive and go as well.
Yeah, we appreciate
There are people
it.
from the valley that will, because they may not. It's kind of a great way to spend the day in North Fork and just stop in if you want to pick up some groceries on your way home or whatnot. But I was just explaining to Hansel here that I purchased a cauliflower, and I've never seen one so large in my life. It lasted me forever. It was so delicious too. So I'm going to give you the kudos for what you're doing up there here
you.
for our valley.
And we support the valley and small valley farmers. So we can't take credit for that cauliflower. We bought it from folks in the Vineyard Farmers Market, like my hat says here.
Yes.
It's a wonderful farmers market, and we support small farms there and buy produce from them. As a matter of fact, every Wednesday we come down the hill and buy stuff from the farmers market to bring to our store. So we're all about, and some of the stone fruit growers as well, we buy their fruit.
Oh,
so
great.
we really like supporting small farms. It's something near and dear to our heart.
And then also with growing like herbs and things to that effect too, you also have a school there, correct?
Yes.
And maybe so there's some viewers that are interested in learning more about that, and I can say this, that I know that there are some employees at Be Alive Vitamins who've actually gone up there to learn the whole process and become certified, and there may be other stores throughout the valley here that also have had people come up and get certified. So can you tell the viewers a little bit about that too?
Yeah, my daughter Becca I have a daughter Becky and a daughter-in-law Becca.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so there's a little confusion.
Right.
Becky manages the store and Becca manages the farm.
Okay.
But she came from the Seattle area, Washington, and she was trained at Bastyr University, and she's in midwifery and herbalism, and she's got a master's degree in these subjects, and she is amazing. The herb course is 1 weekend a month for 9 months, and it is total immersion. You learn everything from propagating the seed to harvesting it to making salves, tinctures, hydrosols. Very popular. She sells out every year, and every other year she'll have a second year more advanced course. The feedback we get from folks who come from far and near is just amazing.
Well, I can tell you, you're going to probably have one student here in the near future, which is my daughter. So, and she is absolutely excited about getting started. But I'll just circle back. You're family has been in the business for how many years
Well,
total?
we started farming about 25, 26 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of coming full circle with everything, and your involvement in what you're giving back to the community is important. And, you know, providing the Jubilee on the 28th in Kingsburg is one of those, I would call give-backs, and helping out our Central Valley with organic produce, providing fun for the kids, and just getting educated about it. So
Yeah.
I think it's just a wonderful thing, and
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate what you and your family are doing for us.
It's a passion of ours, and we really love folks everywhere in Valley and the mountains, and it's a great event. And we drive an hour and a half to get down there, almost 2 hours. So
Right.
yeah, folks can make the trip from Fresno, the 20 minutes.
Okay, well, I think
Got my
that's...
grandson in the
Oh,
background
yeah,
there.
Yarrow, yes, he
Make a
came
noise?
down, hi.
Want to get on TV? No.
Anyway, if we could just bring up the flyer one more time. And again, this is the Organic Stone and Fruit Jubilee.
And Small Farm Expo.
And
We've
Small
added
Farm
vegetable
Ex-
farms.
Oh my
So
God!
now
Okay.
we will have
Now I'm
vegetable
really
farmers
there.
there too.
And
Yeah.
what is the entry fee to? Is there an
It's
entry?
$10.
Oh,
I think
that's
you can.
easy.
I think you can pre-buy for 8. It's 10 at the door.
Oh, that's
Really reasonable.
yes.
And you buy a bag. I can't remember what the price is, but it'll be on the site. You should go to the
Okay.
site, and then you can fill it up with all the varieties that are tasty to you.
And then, can you tell the viewers what the site is where they can log on to find out more about that?
Yeah, it's fruitjubilee.com, and that'll have all the information.
All right,
You
so
can buy
viewers,
tickets there, and
Yep. Fruitjubilee.com. Once again, fruitjubilee.com. Mark your calendars, June 28th, Kingsburg. Make sure you're there. I know I will be.
we would love to see everyone. Thank you.
All right, Hansel Kern, thank you so much for
My
coming out.
pleasure.
It's been a great pleasure. This is Hope Roski, Central Valley Talk, Business, Arts, and Events.